What's up, guys? Welcome back to Oh So Trey. And today we're back with another catch-up video. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna catch up on Cliff and Ro. Now look, this is the one with the dude with super crowd with the dreads and shit, with the female. We're gonna see that. We're gonna get into it and see. You know what they talking about.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my
Damn, they
channel.
look
It's
so
your host,
angry now.
Arellete, and we are here today with Cliff and Ro. Welcome, y'all. How are we feeling?
How you doing? How you doing, Arlette?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. So we had you both on episode 28 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching. Well then, is it going to be a yes for you for her?
Yes, for me.
And is it a yes for you for him? Yes. We
Sorry, y'all.
make a noise for them. On that episode, that was kind of like the guys got brought back. It was your
Okay,
second
come on.
chance at finding.
To actually get a match, but so yeah, from the previous, 23.
We don't
So
care about the
it was
backstage.
pretty.
Like where I want to be.
Good, yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, good point. Like, let us know a little bit about yourself. I know in the show you mentioned you were going back to school and things like that. Tell us a little more.
So I'm back in school. I graduated this year with my associates, but I just got accepted literally like after filming. 2 weeks later, I got accepted into the nursing program. So I'm so
Congratulations,
excited.
girl.
This week, I know, thank you. This week, was just like orientation. It was just a lot of information, like a lot. Like my mind is really fried, so I'm really not even here. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Well, then let's go ahead and jump right in then so we can get over to the juicy topic at hand, which is, since you guys ended up matching, have you guys gone on a date?
I feel like the day after was like a date, I guess.
Okay, so
Everybody
after filming,
says
you
that.
guys went out?
Yeah, for brunch.
Oh, okay. So how was that planned? How would everything go? Let me know.
I mean, if he wants to talk, he can.
Okay, go ahead, Cliff.
So I mean, basically, she had a flight to catch that next morning. And I
Okay.
decided, she was close near to the airport, so it was a little breakfast brunch like snooze eatery. So I decided we
Ooh, I
can.
like snooze.
Yeah, so I decided let's just go there for brunch and catch up and try to get to know each other and talk a little bit. So I decided to take her to Snooze, so we went to Snooze for brunch that morning.
Okay. How'd that go? Well, how was it for you, Cliff?
It went well. I feel like it went well. We had good conversation. We had mimosas, drinks. We got
Okay.
to feel her energy a little bit more. So I feel like the vibe was pretty smooth for me. When that
Okay.
was the first time us 1-on-1. So it was pretty cool for me though, for the most part.
Okay. How was it for you, Ro?
It was okay. I mean, I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was a few things that I was noticing during the brunch, but overall it was okay.
Okay. Like what? What were
What
we
are we hiding?
noticing?
I already addressed it to Cliff. Like, I feel like it was just like some topics that were being brought up a lot, and it was kind of like why were we discussing it? If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. We
Okay.
weren't
Cliff, did
there,
you want to
bro.
touch on that?
Basically, basically the topic that she saying that I brought up was she asked me a question about from the show who was what the females that popped me, and I explained to
Mm-hmm.
her one of the contestants that one of the females that popped me, but I guess she said I brought that up multiple times when we were out or when we was there, but I don't feel like
Like you brought up the other contestant or you brought up being popped?
well, I told her about who the female was that popped me, and I guess she felt like I brought it up so many times. But I mean, she asked me the question, I explained it to her. So, but she said I brought it up multiple times. I don't really recall bringing it up that many times, but I guess in her mind she said I brought it up multiple
Okay.
times. So I don't know.
Okay. Ro.
I don't remember asking you about it because I know that you had discussed it like prior that night, like when we were in the car, and it wasn't. She wasn't the only one that popped on you. You have to remember that. But
Damn.
I feel like she was being brought up more just because y'all had common interest. So I feel like maybe your mindset was somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so you feel like, oh, sorry, Cliff, go
I
ahead.
mean, we was eating that night when we went out. She had asked me the question, like, who was the, because she was curious, like, who was the ones that popped, and I explained who the ones was, but it was one that I did explain that I did have a little more similar interest with, which I can't deny and lie about that. But yeah, I mean, that was the truth, but fact. But I don't feel like I brought it up constantly, but I did explain to her who it was. So I mean, and I just left it at that. But I mean, I feel she felt like I said it more than multiple times. So I guess it is, it is what it is on
Okay.
that.
So, Ro, you feel like that other contestant was more his type? Is that what, like, is that the
I
vibe
think
Um,
it's
that you were getting?
more so like the insecurities of I'm gonna ask you the questions, but I really don't want to know the details. Even though I asked you for the details, I really don't want to know them. I think this is a prime example of that.
Or,
I can't say type, like he said, like more. They had just more in common, and
okay.
like even like Cliff, when we were like at brunch, I even said like, why do you keep talking about it? And then you're like, oh no, I don't know what you said after that, but I know me saying that. Okay, why are we still talking about it? Like it just was
Mm.
like kept going.
She asked the
See
So that's
that.
question.
just
That's the part where I'm confused at, because at brunch I don't really feel like I brought her name up. I brought her name up that night, and that was pretty much it. Like brunch, I feel like we was talking about everything else besides that. So I don't really see myself saying that constantly. But I mean, if she feel like that, I said it multiple times. We just gonna leave it at that. She feel like I said it multiple times. So
So you guys went out the night before the brunch as well, or?
yeah, we went out. Yeah, we went out that night too.
Oh, okay. Where'd you guys go that night?
I think it was Yard House.
Okay. And it was just
But
you two,
everybody
or it
was
was like
there
a,
before we got there because he
oh,
took me to
okay.
go change. So I wanted to be in something a little bit more comfortable. So he took me to my Airbnb to go change, and then that's when we met everybody at your house.
Okay. So this one was more, Yard House was more like a group setting, everyone else from the show.
Right, right.
Okay.
It
I
wasn't
see.
all the matches, but it was just like a few of us.
Got it. Okay. And then brunch the next day was just the two of you guys.
Right, right.
Okay. Okay. So then after brunch, what happened? Obviously, I know you had to go catch a flight. How's
Yeah, he took me to just to the catch my flight. Yeah.
okay? And how has the communication and everything
There
been
we
since
go.
then?
That has not been a
Mm.
communication.
Oh, okay. So after brunch, you guys
I
determined
mean,
that it wasn't.
after, yes, like when I got here, like back to Texas, yes.
Hmm.
But like we like talked about some stuff, and I think like we wasn't on the same page, and maybe like he felt like a certain way, and then I honestly don't want to bring up this issue because I don't know if I can discuss it, but like what was going on in this chat, and it just was like a lot that was going on, so
Okay.
it
What was
kind of
going
like
on?
Yo,
I
Arellete,
guess
like, what?
like
Tell me the tea.
I
Spread it on the
remember
show.
asking Cliff, like, what's your like normal or usual
Oh
type
my
that you go
gosh.
for? I mean, he told me, and then he asked me, and I told him, there's a particular like nationality that I do talk to, just because it's like what I'm used to, but I think he kind of took it as like I didn't want to get to know him. Like I honestly like wanted to step out my comfort zone, and I really was interested. Like I really told him that I'm open and that I don't want to ever miss out on a blessing ever. So I don't want to
Hmm.
say like this person is my person because he's this color or this nationality or this ethnicity. And if that makes sense. So
Okay.
I did say that, but I don't know if something else like made him not like want to communicate. Because then even like we had a discussion like one night when we talked on the phone, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll text you in the morning," and then I didn't hear anything else from you.
Okay. And now, so Cliff, she's kind of saying you guys had a discussion. You said you were gonna call her the next day or whatever it was, and she didn't hear back from you. What would you say led to that?
Well, one thing, it was a lot of stuff going on in my head that was brought up to my attention too. I
Hmm.
kind of didn't want to share it at that moment, but another thing that was brought up to me was Rose had a 53-year-old
Oh,
Nigerian
she
man
had a
taking
sugar
care of her.
daddy.
So this that was brought up to my attention as well
Damn, she got a
from a
sugar
few
daddy.
people that she was on the show with as well. So and then just with her when she explained the whole like she haven't really experienced African American man, and she
Oh
was
wait, I didn't say that.
she
I
said
didn't
she
I
had
didn't say that
you said you had
because
You said you,
My mom is from Louisiana. I grew up with my mom. Like
but you said
I've
you have.
been like
She basically said she haven't dealt with
My
African
friends
American,
are
I
black. I'm not racist.
and
didn't say
I'm.
That's
I've
that shit
never
sound like for
dealt.
sure.
You said it's been a.
I've never said I've never dealt. Please don't put words in my mouth.
Bro, you said
Because
you haven't.
I consider myself Black American, even though my dad it was Nigerian. I
Hmm.
consider myself Black American. I've dated so many Black American men, but I'm saying the older I got, I just started like dating like Nigerian men, and I just feel like a comfort. Like
With the
so, I'm just
Nigerians.
telling you, I haven't dated any African, I mean Black American men in a while. That's all I
The,
was saying.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Okay.
explaining. That I'm explaining. So
No,
she
but you
hasn't.
Okay,
said
sorry.
that I have never.
I said you haven't dealt with. You told me that you haven't dealt with African American men in a while. So
You
her
didn't
from
say
her
in a
past,
while. You
you didn't.
said,
You didn't even let me finish. Can I finish
Okay,
what
okay,
let's
go
let him
ahead.
finish. Go ahead, Cliff.
So
Okay.
basically, she said she haven't dealt with African American men in a while because of her past experience. Don't get me wrong. She's like she have dealt with Nigerian men as well. But
Hmm.
she had some past experience with them as well. So I was like, okay, cool. But it was just giving me that if she haven't dealt with an African American man, it just felt like I think she was more towards like Nigerian might be more towards her preference. And then just to piggyback off
But
that,
you can't make that decision for me.
Oh
If
my
I said I
gosh,
was
bro.
open to
You
get to
couldn't
know
be no
you,
peace. Like
you
she
know,
like
just
been
wants to
optimistic. But then
argue.
again,
She just wants to I'm bro,
few of the girls on the show,
you dodged the bullet. She
from
just
her
wants to argue.
from her episode, brought it up to my attention that she was talking to a whole Nigerian man that's 53 years old. So I was just shocked about it because I'm like, and then she was, the girls was shocked about it because they're like, why is she even on the show? And then
Hmm.
wait.
and
So
then
you saying the girls in the group said that I was talking to this guy now?
you explained it to them,
No,
right?
I was not talking. I'm not talking to this guy now. Like this was like earlier part of this year. So whatever
And it,
got
So, Ro, just
missaid.
to confirm, when you came on the
Yeah.
show, are you single?
Yes. Like I wouldn't. For them to say that this guy was taking care of me, yes, this guy was taking care of me, but this was like way like earlier part of this year. So that had nothing to do with me. Like I literally came on the show with great intentions on
Okay.
finding somebody. So I don't like that you took what somebody else said
I
instead of like
agree.
getting it from me because you never even asked that from
I
me.
agree.
I don't feel like that's right.
I just feel like no, because you explained it on the show to the girls and everything, and they brought it up to
But
me.
you keep saying to the girls, but you never addressed
So
me
you
about
guys
it.
never had a
That's some
conversation about
female
it.
ass shit though, bro. Honestly, it is. Like, that's what females do. They and us guys, we always say, why don't you sit there and ask me the question? Why are you sitting there listening to all these women about different things? And you literally just did exactly what, like what? You would want her to come talk to you instead of listening to the outside world, but yet you don't even know these people and you sitting there listening to them. Like, okay, listen, ask her the question, and then go about your business after that. Like, see what you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We never had a discussion about it. So you are going
I
by
felt
he
like
say, she
I
say.
didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to
Because
bring that
that
because I
means
feel
that
like
you
she was gonna
wasn't really
twist it.
interested.
No, it
You
wasn't
wasn't
that.
interested in getting
It
to know
just
me then.
it wasn't that. It just showed me that
She had too much
she was
attitude for me,
bragging
bro.
about it like to the girls on the
I
show.
wasn't bragging.
Like that
Like,
was
how
just
can you go by?
that was
I
just
don't
the
get
thing
it.
that
How can you go by he say, she say? I would never do that to you because even in the group chat, I heard some stuff you were saying, but I never said, oh, I'm not going to talk to Clip because I'm hearing this. Like, I'm 33 years old. I wouldn't go back and be like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him because I heard this. I'm an
So,
adult.
Ro,
Like,
all the
I make my
girls
own
are in
decisions.
are in a group chat together from the episode. Is that where
Like
this
the
information is
girls,
coming from?
right?
Uh
So
huh.
the girls have a group chat that we made a group chat because we wanted to go out after the show and like hang out. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So that's what the group chat was morely about.
Mhm.
And so it just turned to something else. And I'm not trying to put the other girls out there because I look, I got to know everybody. But I don't know what girls he's pertaining to because I honestly was not in the back bragging about some 50-year-old man taking care of me because that's not what it is. And I wish you would have addressed me like personally and I would have told you no. That was like way back then. I mean, that's how communication started. And I told you on the show, communication is a real big issue for me. That's my love language. If you can't communicate with me and you're going by like what the streets are saying, like you would never have a real
I
relationship.
agree.
And
It wasn't
that's
about
just
the
pure
streets were saying.
honesty.
It was multiple people that was bringing.
I'm just saying like
It's
street,
just
like outside
it's
people.
but it's multiple people bringing up that the same
But
situation.
you're still saying multiple people instead of addressing it from the person that it happened to. So
So
now
Cliff,
it feels like, oh, go. I'm sorry. Like now it feels like you're trying to make me look bad on this show. Like, oh, she had this man taking care of her while she came on the show. I haven't seen that man in months. Like literally
so
months.
Cliff, did you ever like once think like, okay, you know what? I'm hearing this. Let me go ahead and speak with her and get more clarification.
No, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to bring it to her attention because I just feel like we'll be in a debate like how it is right now, just constantly like no, it was just go back and
It's not
forth.
a
It would
debate.
have
I'm
been
defending
us going back and
myself.
forth, and like
I'm
she
defending
saying that
myself.
it was just like she bringing it up like it was past years or something when it was probably could have been recently. So I just didn't
It
want to.
wasn't recent though.
So I don't really know what it was. So I didn't really want to
Oh my
necessarily talk
goodness,
about
this
it
is a
like at
terrible
that point because I feel like
match.
she would have just probably said like, oh, it was in the past or some years
Yeah.
ago.
Because that's true. Like I'm gonna defend myself. If it's not
That's
if it's true, I would tell you. If it's not true, I would tell you it's not true.
that's,
Like I'm gonna defend myself.
that's fine.
So how was it brought up to you, Cliff? Like you reached out to the other girls or they reached out
No,
to
actually,
you?
they
Like
reached.
how?
Yeah, actually, it was one that she was actually cool with. But yeah, she reached out to me and told me, and she was like she can't believe that she told her that because she literally explained it to her. And then this was actually one of the girls that actually popped on me that told me it personally. So, um, and she told me that she was bragging about it, and she thought about it like, why is you even on the show if you know announcing
And I
and telling?
honestly feel like I already know who you're talking about, and that's probably the main person that was causing all the mess. But I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, but like I said,
I wish,
on that.
but honestly, at the end of the day, you're my match. I'm your match. You talking to her about me is
I,
not
I
okay.
would. I
You
mean, it
should
was
have
brought to
reached
my
out to
attention.
I
me to
agree
I
with
didn't
her
ask
say
though.
me.
nothing. I didn't even know anything. It was brought to my attention.
I know, but when you
So
heard that, you should have been like, "Bro, like, is this true?"
I
And I would
heard
have been like, "No,
this.
Cliff, that's not true." Like, she might have misheard something or misread something because I keep all my receipts. Like, I have messages too.
that's
So I
fine.
wish you would have addressed me first and been like, "Bro, she said this. Is this true?" And I would have told you. I have
She's
nothing to
very
hide.
aggressive too.
Promise
Okay.
you.
Good lord.
Okay.
So Cliff, you got this information and then right after you got that, that was it. You never spoke to Ro again?
Yeah, I really did. I kind of like, I just fell back like off, bro. I couldn't deal with like all that. Just hearing the information and then just with the whole, she kept bringing up like, oh, how I was constantly saying person name and stuff. It was just giving me a lot of like, I was gonna pull my dreads out to be honest with you. Like, I just didn't want to keep conversation where like it was just,
This guy is making me
I
trying
don't
to
know.
make me
It's
look
just
bad.
I just left it alone because I just wanted to like kind of move on because it was just I feel like it was be a lot of going back and forth with me and her. So I'm
Okay.
not that kind of person to keep going back and forth and always having to talk and I'm just like a more peace and smooth. But with Ro, it's just like yeah, it's just constantly it's like constantly have to like go back and forth. So I didn't want to kind of deal with that. So I wanted to keep my peace. So I kind of just left it as it is and just let it, just let it die down, really, to be honest with you.
Okay. So were you interested in her to begin with? Like,
I mean, I was, but with
I
all
don't
the
think so.
information and stuff, with all the information and stuff that I got, it just kind of like,
Yo,
The
all this
it,
information
just
that
seems like very insecure people. Like, ugh, for real. Like they just seem like two insecure couples that it's just never gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work out for each other, which is good because damn, and she's so aggressive. She wants somebody that's quiet, but she gotta learn how to pipe down a little bit. Like, good lord, she's always on attack mode. Like you can have a conversation and defend yourself and state your opinion without being so aggressive. You can say things in a lot sweeter way. It's kind of like, dang, bro, calm down, relax a little bit.
got
it just made me kind of like think twice, and then just from the text message and stuff, because I don't know, I just started thinking a little bit, and then plus when we rode in the car together, she didn't really, she didn't really want to match with me anyway when she explained everything to me. So that was another thing because I really wasn't truly her match, and she explained that to me in the car. So That was another.
I never told you that, Cliff.
You did tell me that. You did tell me.
I did not. Why are you trying to make me look
I'm,
bad?
I'm really not. So
You
I'm
are, but
like,
it's
see, that's
fine. You
what
know what?
Arlette. That's why I said
I came
Arlette.
on here.
This why I
I came
said I
on
didn't
here
want.
with
This why I didn't
I
want
came
to.
on
Sorry,
here
guys.
with
Hold
that.
on. One person at a time. I can't hear.
I let him talk. I came on here with great intentions to, not to like make him look bad, just go with the flow, like tell him, my side.
Hmm.
But like the stuff that you're saying is kind of crazy because for you to say that I sat in your car in the car and said that you was not my match, I would never say that. That has not came out my mouth ever. As I watched the show, I was not your match. When I
This is
watched
like
the
tit
show,
for
I was
tat,
not your
yo.
match. You literally was on that show asking the same questions to every lady. And the only question you were asking the lady was about travel. It was
Okay.
nothing about them
Man, if y'all
genuine.
want to watch the end of this, y'all know where to go. But it just seems like two insecure, non grown up adults that keep going bigger and bickering, and who can blame who the best and who can take this more. And it just looks like a tit for tat thing, which is just, you're never going to go anywhere for tit for tat, honestly. It's, you got to accept things and move on and find a solution to it. But this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is mad crazy to me. Like, how can you just battling the entire damn time? It's like, bro, calm down a little bit. Like, she's so aggressive. She's very aggressive, if you ask me. Like, super aggressive. But um yeah, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.